Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for the 16th of August?
17th.
17th of August,
Sorry, the dog's actually
Hey, Riggs.
my foot.
Riggs, he's obsessed with that shoe. Obsessed with it. All right, Riggs, you go with that. 17th of August, 2019. And, you know, it was 8 years ago that Rick Rippon passed away. Rick Rippon, if you don't know, played in the National Hockey League. And I think of all the people I know, he's just an example of the evil of mental illness, the evil of depression. And no matter how hard a guy fights, no matter what he does, even if he has access to the best treatment, it still haunts you to the point where the option of not being alive is more attractive than living through the pain. And I'll tell you what else he does for me. I never met Rick Rippon, but I kind of feel like this sense of sadness that comes over me because I knew of him, of course, and I knew people that knew him. And I knew that he had signed a contract with the Winnipeg Jets, where he had played in the American Hockey League in Winnipeg. And this was a huge deal for him. This was kind of like a coming home for him. And he was so excited about it. Think about that. He was so excited about it. But even that could not compensate for the mental health issue that he was facing. And to me, that just tells you one thing, that mental illness is some kind of chemical change in your brain, whether it's an imbalance, whether it's a change. I don't even know if it's chemical, but it's some kind of change that we still can't show a picture of or define. Yet it was able to take this guy in the prime of his life with everything to live for, with treatment that he was receiving, and it still couldn't fix him to the point where he was able to go on with his life. And when people minimize mental illness, when people suggest that, you know, it's not like physical illness, that just makes me so mad. Because this was 8 years ago, and still today in 2019, we are affected by the stigma. It haunts us. It is a huge factor in all of our lives, and we need to change it. And saying gently, you know, we got to get past the stigma, not going to work. It's like, you know, it's like there's this rebellion that we need to have to stand up and say, well, wait a second here. You know what? We're tired of people looking at this in a certain way. We're tired of people staying in the closet because they're afraid that others will find out that they have a mental illness. We're tired of that. And I was just reminded of how tired we really should be, remembering Rick Rippon. 8 years ago, he died. And I would like to think that everybody that loses their life to depression, that it would be significant. It would change the world a tiny little bit. Let's make sure that it counts, and let's not just sit back and let this continue. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here because we got work to do.